Hi, welcome back to another Chicago A.B.A.T.E episode. My name is Oscar, and I'm not in the field today.
Oscar's on the phone, so call Oscar.
Right, call
Call
Oscar.
Oscar at 312-738-1060. That's 312-738-1060.
Chetner wants to know if we're ready. Mike, we're always ready for you, scumbag.
Call Oscar. Call Oscar.
I might call him a scumbag.
Okay.
Chetner.
Oh, yeah.
Not Oscar. Oscar, he's just Oscar.
Yep.
So anyways, tonight we're talking about
Motorcycles.
You believe that? Now, I want to introduce my guest, my first guest tonight, past president, state legislative coordinator. Not director. He's not a director. Mr. Dan Harper, who has been a member of the Chicago chapter all his life. He tried to stray
Feels like
once,
that.
but every time he tries to get out, we pull him back in. Okay, let's talk about some legislative things.
Well, happy May.
What is May?
May is Motorcycle Awareness Month.
Today's May 2nd. We missed
Today's
yesterday.
May 2nd, yes.
Damn it. Omari, it's your fault.
Well, no, I heard all those people were doing an awareness walk around the Daily Center for Motorcycle Awareness Month.
Oh, that's cool. That's good
And
to know.
then Sunday we had the Chicago chapter motorcycle awareness walk.
Awareness
also.
sit-in.
Well, no, we sent guys for tamales.
We did have tamales.
We did have
They
guys
were
walk
very
for
good.
tamales.
Oscar ate some tamales. We ate tamales. You get a tamale. You get a tamale. You get a tamale.
Thanks to Llama
Thank
for
you.
hosting it.
Rick, thank you very much.
We got 20 people out, at least that.
We raffled off the
Probably
same
more.
bottle of Jack Fire a few times.
Yes.
But it made money.
Yes. And everybody had a good time. We ended up cooking burgers on the grill. The guys that were at, I watched
All right.
you drop them on the ground and then pick them up and throw them back in the
No, I
refrigerator.
threw those away.
Oh,
We had 46 hamburgers, not 48.
yes. And the guys that were at the end spot that were going to cook the burgers showed up. They drove and came back. And we had a couple people ride. Oscar.
Sam Johnson.
Sam Johnson.
So it was a good time.
It was a good time.
No matter what, it was a good time. Where were we last night? It's been a busy week.
Oh, yeah, last night, since it's Motorcycle Awareness Month, and tomorrow we're doing the big press conference down in Springfield,
You'll be there.
where we're going to get the proclamation from the governor.
We get a proclamation. You get a proclamation. You get a proclamation. Oscar gets a proclamation.
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the Old State Capitol. In the pouring
Old
rain.
State Capitol?
At the
For
Old
real?
State Capitol, in the pouring rain.
Okay, wait. You're at the Old State Capitol, right?
Yes,
Across the street, there's an Italian restaurant.
yes.
It sucks ass. Don't ever go there. They do not know what Italian means there. Go ahead.
Anyway.
I do food.
Uh-huh. So anyway, they got a new chef.
No,
He's
I was
Mex-
just
he's
down
Mexican,
there
so
not
you know
long
it's got
ago.
good Italian.
Sucked.
So anyway, but we ask all the city and villages to come up with proclamations. So last night, you and I were at the village of Elmwood Park,
Correct.
where Angelo Skip Saviano, not the mayor, but the village president,
Former state representative
former state representative.
and friend to A.B.A.T.E. He was a member of our chapter.
Yes.
He let his membership drop. We should have nailed his ass last night.
Yeah. Actually, the village of Elmwood Park did. They actually moved us up to the top of the list. I think just to get us
That
out
was
of
to
there.
get us out of there,
Yeah.
Dan.
And gave us the
Thank you,
proclamation.
Gina.
Gave us the proclamation from the village of Elmwood Park. Hit the button.
I don't even know what the buttons are anymore. Every time I press a button, Oscar's picture comes up.
Okay.
Wait, let me zoom it.
Zoom.
Well,
Zoom.
we
Zoom.
over-zoomed.
Did we? Okay.
There we go.
So you guys can just read it.
Yeah, just read along. Boom, boom. Okay, that's a proclamation from the Village of Elmwood Park. I'll read it real quick for you. It says, whereas safety is the highest priority for highways and streets of our village and state, and whereas the great state of Illinois is proud to be a national leader in motorcycle safety. They are. They're national leaders. education and awareness. And whereas motorcycles are a common and economical means of transportation that reduces fuel consumption and road wear and contributes in a significant way, the the seals block me out, to the relief of traffic and parking congestion. And whereas it is especially meaningful that citizens of our village and the state be aware of motorcycles on the roadways and recognize the importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas, a lot of whereases in here, the members of A.B.A.T.E of Illinois, Inc., a brotherhood aimed towards education, continually promote motorcycle safety, education, awareness in high schools, driver's education programs, and to the general public in our village and state.
Through our TV show.
Hey, we're on now.
Yeah.
Presenting motorcycle awareness programs to over 100,000 participants in Illinois over the past 4 years. And whereas all motorcyclists should join A.B.A.T.E of Illinois, that was a cool one to put in, actively promoting the safe operation of motorcycles as well as promoting motorcycle safety, education, awareness, and respect of the citizens of our village and state. And whereas the motorcyclists of Illinois have contributed extensive volunteerism and money to national and community charitable organizations. And whereas during the month of May, all roadway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways within the village of Elmwood Park and throughout the great state of Illinois. Therefore, I, Angelo Skip Saviano, Skip, not me, village president of Elmwood Park, in the great state of Illinois, in recognition of 31 years of A.B.A.T.E of Illinois, Inc., and over 800,000 registered motorcyclists statewide, and in recognition of the continued role Illinois serves as a leader in the motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, do hereby proclaim the month of May, this year, 2007, Motorcycle Awareness Month in the village of Elmwood Park, and urge all motorists to join in an effort to improve safety and awareness in our roadways. Blah, blah, blah. I put my signature on there. Skip, thank you. Mr. Harper will be bringing this to the press conference mañana. That means tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Okay. What else do we have? We do have a guest in the studio tonight.
Right.
But let's go through some bills real quick.
We don't have any.
Not bills,
Oh.
like
Oh.
House bill, Senate bill,
We don't have any.
Oscar bill.
Actually, all the bills that we opposed were
HB 2402.
HB 2402, which was a sound ordinance for motorcycles and emergency vehicles, got amended. They added cars. That was the First Amendment. The Second Amendment, they told me they were going to opt out motorcycles, but they left out 4 little words. Motor vehicles of the First Division that are not motorcycles.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, keep
So
going.
then they came up with Amendment number 3, which basically opt out cars and motorcycles and makes it a emergency vehicles in a municipality with over 1 million people owned by that municipality's fire department. So cannot have a siren more than 100 decibels. So, but that still got re-referred to rules because they ran out of time because he screwed up the Second Amendment. If the Second Amendment had those 4 little words that are not motorcycles, that one would have actually, we would have passed it, they would have passed it out.
Okay.
So big thanks to State Representative John D'Amico, the chairman of Transportation and Traffic Safety Subcommittee, and Michael Eunice from the Pekin area, who was the Republican spokesperson, and they were the guys that were actually holding it up in the committee. They did a bunch of shenanigans, but that's going to be in my state newsletter article. So if you're not a member of A.B.A.T.E and you want to find out how this happened, join A.B.A.T.E and read it in the article.
Rick Bono says I'm surfing porn.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm actually working here. I'm doing something, Rick. I'm not sitting at home on the couch, thinking that people are doing stuff wrong.
Eating a beef sandwich.
Oh man, his wife makes a great salad. Renee, coming by for salad tonight.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyway, so that's in committee, or that's re-referred to Rules Committee. The ethanol bill's re-referred to Rules. The House ethanol bill, the Senate ethanol bill is re-referred to Assignments, which is the Senate's version of Rules. And then the ethanol bill, the Give Harley the Completion Card bill is re-referred to Rules. The, what else, there's one more, the Autonomous Car Act, re-referred to Rules.
I really don't care about that.
It's,
Everybody's making a big deal about it. I really don't
well,
care about it.
The big thing about it is if they pass that, there's no way you're gonna get lane splitting in Illinois.
There you
Because
go.
the motorcycles going would make the cars like crash into other cars.
I don't care about lane splitting either.
Oh,
I
okay,
think it's dangerous.
okay.
If you ride a motorcycle in the city of Chicago and you lane split, you will die.
Well, we
plain and
actually
simple.
had somebody downstate, like lane splitting or something and pissing somebody off, and they shot him.
Somebody was
And that was,
down
it was
in
funny,
Springfield.
because we were talking about that with all the shootings and everything on the expressways, and when we were talking about, Pat was talking about why, and in previous things we had brought it up, that you'll have people, if you're trying to lane split, they'll open the door on you,
Swerve.
and they may even try shooting you. And lo and behold, 2 weeks ago, or a week and a
Well,
half
right
ago.
after the board meeting,
Right,
yeah.
yeah. Guy gets
So-
shot in Springfield, so.
So yeah, down in Springfield, I guess there was some words exchanged. The guy was on a bike, guy was in a pickup truck. Fired 2 shots from the pickup truck, killed a motorcyclist. Google it, you can look at the details. We don't know them all, so
Yeah,
we just know that's what happened.
yeah.
So if you want to find out, go ahead and Google. So,
Couple weeks ago, we had, or week and a half, everything's like, what, 2 weeks ago?
yes,
We had somebody killed out in DuPage, and I think we're gonna bring on our special guest to talk about that.
is it Oscar?
That ain't Oscar.
I know.
He took his picture off.
I know, I had to do it.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to see if he was awake out there.
Okay.
Yes, we do have a guest, so what I'm gonna do is, wait, we'll play some Jeopardy music here, watch. Oscar, Oscar, Oscar. Okay, now while Oscar's sitting here, we're gonna switch gears and Dan's gonna morph into something a little less attractive, AKA Judy. Rick, I'm doing a show here. I don't got time for this stuff. All right? Hi, Judy. So, anyways, this is Judy. Judy is the president of some ABATE chapter west of Chicago. I think we touch butts right there.
We touch butts.
We butt. Okay. Now, this morning, the radio, it says that the person that was killed up in McHenry County, or McHenry,
Right.
last year, I think around the same date as now,
Yeah, it's
God.
been a year.
26 years. 26 years. That's what you get for killing a biker, okay?
Right.
Sorry, I was doing heroin and I decided to go drive and I killed a guy on a motorcycle, which kind of sucks because Anita Zafke, we remember her,
Right.
black fingernail polish lady. The lady was polishing her fingernails. She hit Anita from behind. Anita was wearing safety gear, a helmet, full lights on her bike, all reflective, everything. Ran right into her, killed her dead. You know what she got? Do you remember, Judy? Come on, tell me.
Actually, she got, it was only several months. It was only like.
She got
18
work release.
She got 18
Yeah,
months.
18 months.
She was work released and she was allowed to get off on Sundays to go to church.
Well, you got to go to church if you kill somebody.
Absolutely.
I mean,
And she got actually out earlier than, she didn't serve the whole time.
right now that was in the same area, if I remember correctly, because that was that Route 12
Yes. it was
by
right.
Wilmot Road or
Yes,
something
it
like
was.
that? Yeah.
Right.
So is that McHenry County? Danny, call us. Tell me where I'm at. I lost my bearings.
Yeah,
It's McHenry County.
Okay, so yeah, it's up in the same area.
Right.
And it's wide open up there, as you well know. Just
Right.
like out by you.
Yeah, and it happens all the time, and the thing is that just in this last weekend, we've had 9 motorcycle accidents in King County. And they were all either left turns into the motorcyclists, or 2 of them were distracted driving. but most of them were left turns, just turned right into the motorcyclists.
And now, what did we hear about this one, the latest one, out towards you?
The latest one was in Army Trail, and that's in DuPage County, so that would be a Hanover Park area. And she was coming home from work 8:30 at night, and this guy plowed right into her.
Okay, so now
And-
wait, before you go any
yeah.
further. Do we know, did the news report, oh, she wasn't wearing a
She was
helmet?
geared.
You know, so,
She was geared out.
exactly.
That's
But the
why
news-
I did- that's
the
why I didn't
news-
say anything.
Right, the
Right.
news likes to say,
Right.
no, he, she was not wearing a helmet. They love saying that
They always do that.
stuff.
They always do that. They don't ever say, well, they were wearing a helmet and they still died. Thing is that she was geared out, and she a
Exactly.
very
You're
good,
exactly
very
right.
good rider. She knew what she was doing. She left behind a little baby, under a year old, and the gentleman left the scene of the accident. So I actually received a call not too soon afterwards by somebody that is one of my members that came up on the accident right after it happened, and there was a witness there that had filmed the gentleman taking off. So the police had a good idea who it was.
Didn't they hit a SUV also and turn it over on its side?
Yeah, there was another
No,
vehicle
that was
hit.
down in Aurora. That was in Aurora on the same weekend.
Okay.
The Aurora accident was where it was a left turn. She said that she couldn't see him, that his headlight was not on. But in the case of the Hanover Park one, it was a hit and run. He left her there to die. She was immediately killed. It was there was not much suffering with her. But the gentleman woke up in the morning and saw glass on the side of his car and admitted that he has dementia. And he's taking medication for it, and he was on his way home from walking at the mall that's close to that area, Stratford Square.
So now, your opinions. Dementia, is that
Yeah.
distracted driving? Yes or no? Because he has dementia, should he get off with a little slap on the hand, go to church on the weekends?
Yeah.
You don't have to stay in jail? I don't think so.
Well, they arrested
If he
him.
has dementia, should he be driving?
Exactly.
Right,
Do we know
and-
how old he was, Judy?
He was in his 80s, his
Okay.
early 80s, if I can recall the age of him. The thing is that he admitted it. He admitted that he had dementia. He admitted he was actively taking medication. The family, of course, is very sorry that this happened, blah, 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 but here's the problem. Is it a legal issue or is it a moral issue? And I truly feel that we all have to be responsible for the way we drive. And if you're distracted by whether a phone or something in your car,
Or
or
that
the fact
spinny
that
around
you
thing that everybody's playing with now?
right, or the fact that you have dementia and you haven't actively said, if I'm under care of a doctor, then I should voluntarily give up my license.
Or
I
be
feel like-
restricted to
I believe it's a moral
8
issue
in the
now.
morning to 12 in the afternoon.
Right.
There should be a restriction put on your license.
Right.
There
He
should.
is in jail. He did get arrested. He had to go to jail, get processed like everybody else would.
Oh,
in
Debbie
that
said he's
situation.
83 years old.
Yeah, and that whole situation, I'm going to be very curious.
Thanks,
and
Deb.
I'm going to be sending people to court to watch that.
Hi, Judy.
Whole thing. Hey.
Debbie.
Oh, Debbie, how you doing?
Moon.
I will be sending my court watchers in DuPage County to watch that trial and see what happens with it.
What else were we watching out by you? Glasgow was contacting us about.
That's
There were-
Will County.
That's Will
Or
County.
that's Will County.
Right.
Glasgow was contacting us. Oh, he sent me a nice email because we said, we were going to be showing up for a
Mm-hmm. Right.
couple of things. And I think Flowers and the guys sent a bunch of people. And all he asked very nicely says, would you please not bring your weapons in? He says, we don't mind you guys wearing your vest and everything else, show your support, what organization you're with, but, try to dress appropriate
Right.
for court.
Right.
I mean, we don't want to walk in looking like a bunch of scumbags,
Right.
because how does that look for the family?
Right.
So if you do go to these hearings, you should just respectable.
Right.
If the only cut you have is like really crappy, wear a t-shirt. Just go in there with a t-shirt, comb your hair, trim your beard up. Yours too.
King County and
Your
DuPage
beard.
County don't really care.
I said you had a beard.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do.
Where?
It's hidden. See. King County
Where?
and DuPage County.
It gets dirty quick in here.
Yeah, it does. They prefer that you don't bring your vest in, but they have no problems with you wearing your A.B.A.T.E. of Illinois t-shirts, things that show support for the family. they would prefer if you have A.B.A.T.E of Illinois gear that you wear that, or something appropriately, motorcycle related, but not offensive at all.
And that's respectable.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's perfectly fine to dress like a
you're
motorcyclist.
going to court. You're not going to the bar.
Right.
Dress
So-
like you're going to court.
And you should dress, and realize that when you're watching these types of court cases, you have to be very quiet, and you try not to react too much when these are happening, and basically take mental notes. A lot of times they won't allow you to be writing down notes during the court case, but take mental notes, and make the state's attorney and the defenders responsible for what happens in court.
And you can walk outside after the hearing and talk with the state's attorney. They'll talk
Right,
with you.
they'll talk with you.
I could not believe that. Again, James Glasgow,
Right.
we went out there for something, and he stood out there with us for 20 minutes.
Right.
He's BSing with us.
And
I wanted
any-
to say bullshit. But
I know, but you couldn't.
BSing.
Well, in some of the cases that are more high profile, and I'm sure that this case for the Hanover Park issue,
And
is
an
going to be high
F-bomb yet?
profile. It's going to be high profile. When you walk out of court, you're going to be assaulted by news reporters.
Exactly.
And so you just make sure that when you are doing this, show respect and conduct yourself in a way that you're not going to look like a fool. And that's what's very important.
Yes, sir.
We're here to support the family.
Yes,
In this time of tragedy.
absolutely.
And to make
Yeah.
them know that that person is not forgotten by the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Never
You might
go
wanna-
against the
You
famany.
might want to repeat that, because I don't know if.
No, I'm sure they picked
Yeah.
it up. Oscar's
Well,
shaking his head.
Dan
Maybe that
is
he's got a
right.
nervous
Dan is
tick.
right. If you are confronted by a reporter and they say, what are you here for and what do you feel about? If you're not sure and if you're not in a position that you can actually speak freely about that, Dan is right by saying we're just here to support the family. We're here to make sure that this motorcyclist's life is not forgotten.
So we can't stand there and
And-
go, I want him to go to prison
Yeah.
forever.
You got to be very careful because
Yeah, I
any
know,
of that
I
stuff
know.
can
It could
influence
al-
the courts.
That could backfire on you like
Yeah.
you don't believe.
Right. It can be very big. And the same situation with the gentleman out in Aurora. The gentleman out in
Yes.
Aurora, where the woman said that he did not have his headlight on. What was it, 2014 Harley
Okay,
Harley
wait.
Davidson?
Let me just ask you a question. Everybody's got the phone number here, right?
Right.
Call in. Somebody call in and tell me you've seen a motorcycle without the headlight
Right. Okay, that actually happened in a case in DuPage County. Was R.J. Lash was killed on his motorcycle at 6 o'clock in the morning, and the person that killed him continually said throughout the court dates that he didn't see the headlight. The headlight was malfunctioning. He didn't see it at 6:30 in the morning, and we. Well, I shouldn't say we, but we actually did provide some information and research to the state's attorney, and they actually brought a motorcycle in to show that the headlight does not ever go off. There's no way, and they proved it through some of the research that we were able to work with the state's attorney. So I have a feeling that this is going to happen again in the case where the woman hit the gentleman on the bike, and she claimed that she did not see him because of his headlight. That's ridiculous.
Now, back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
because I did it, on my 84 Super Glide that I still have, there's a black, white, and a green wire. And if you clip one, you can go to the first position, start your bike without the headlight on.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually ride your bike without the headlight on. But I always reach down and click back to that third position so my headlight's on. State law says you have to have your headlight on.
Correct.
So I've never, I can honestly say I've never seen a motorcycle without some kind of headlight on.
Yeah.
Whether it's the spots, because you can run with just spots. Those are lights. So
Right.
you can't say, didn't see no headlight, didn't see no lights, didn't see a motorcycle.
The time frame and everything else, and I know that area in Aurora, that, the time frame there was, and she's saying it was dark out, it wasn't dark out. So, it's going to fall short in court, but it is going to go to court, and we're going to be maligned like we always are by the defense attorneys. They seem to have a very good way of making the bikers look like they're the ones responsible for their own injuries or their own
Oh, it's
deaths.
because we were riding the bike.
Absolutely.
So
So that's just the biker bias, but I'm seeing it change slowly in the court systems, just basically with the McHenry, the McHenry case where she did get the, over 20 years of jail time.
26 years.
That would not have happened 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
No.
Would not have happened.
My thought was, when I heard that this morning, I thought right away back to the Zafke family,
Right.
where that woman got nothing. This woman that just got convicted, she took it in the act, and she
She had a very
Let-
misfortunate
yeah, she
misfortunate
got
bend over
nailed.
moment.
yeah, she got nailed hard
Right.
because of the leniency they showed this other woman. That was my
Absolutely.
first thought. When I heard that, I'm like, oh, this poor woman, not really this poor woman, but she killed a motorcyclist, but she's gonna get stuck
Right.
so far in, it's ridiculous.
Right, and the one thing that I think that I will say about that case that I'm glad for, that it's not drawn out to 3 or 4 years of going back and forth to court. That
Exactly.
it's the guilty plea was
was
put
1 year.
through. It was
1
1
year.
year, and it's done, and that it's probably goes a long way to help heal the family.
And I'm sure they're gonna try to plead it down, but
Oh,
you
they
know
will.
what? It's a good start.
After about 6 months, there's going to be an appeal.
Big Mike says he can't find us. Go to Can TV, dumbass. Well, if he can't find us, he's
Yeah.
not here.
Well, he's not hearing you,
Sorry, Big Mike.
so.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
sorry, Big Mike.
But anyway, that's we have to all pay attention to the different court cases that are out there.
I have to address this real quick. I'm sorry you're so stupid. Go to cantv.org. Okay, that's Big Mike, the president of Northern Illinois ABATE, who we really don't associate with, but we know him.
I don't
Associate?
I don't associate with him at all.
I don't blame you. Anyways, what do we got coming up?
What do I have coming up?
For Duquesne,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, well, in June 12th is our Knees in the Breeze ride, and we're taking everybody down to Gunsmoke Grill. And actually at this place, at the end point, it's really cool, it's in Cedar Point. You can actually go on trail rides on horses. It's on an actual working ranch, and it's got
So
amazing
get off your
barbecue.
iron horse for
Yeah.
a meat
Get off your
horse.
iron horse, get onto the meat horse. That's
Meat
so
horse?
bad.
Wow.
That's bad.
It goes downhill quick here, Judy.
I know. And the end of July is our bikini bike wash, as always. That's
Will
always
you
good
be in a
time.
bikini?
If I keep up that and we can replace the butt picture I have, I will definitely.
What
be
did
in a
he
bikini.
say? Wait.
I can't read that.
Oh, I
I have
yeah,
to have my
listen.
glasses on.
Oh, he answered me right here.
He did.
Judy wears glasses.
Oh! It's something about pleasuring yourself.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Big Mike. I just did while you were watching.
So we're very pleased that happened. Thank you, Mike, and let's get back to more serious stuff. Okay.
Okay, so
What do we have up for the Chicago chapter?
for the
Oh,
Chicago
yeah.
chapter, we have June 10th, A.B.A.T.E Woods. I didn't bring a flyer because I was going to put it on the screen. Couldn't do that because this guy's face is all over the damn computer. Can't get it off now. It's burnt in. June 10th, A.B.A.T.E Woods. We have our 30th or 31st.
Second time.
No, this would be,
No,
no,
31st?
Bates, Chicago's 20, yeah. Anyways, it's our 31st annual Spring Fling, which, by the way, all you guys that steal a Spring Fling, we trademarked it.
Yeah.
We got it, we own it. Come on out, have a good time. Starts at noon.
This
There'll be-
Sunday?
Yeah, it's this
No,
Sunday.
No, this Sunday coming up,
I'm reading what's on the teleprompter.
Awareness run,
Ron Burgundy.
this Sunday, the awareness run down in
Yes.
Springfield.
Well,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
first of all, tomorrow is the press conference with
Right.
the governor and everybody
Right.
else, all the dignitaries.
Saturday.
Dan Harper and everybody smoking cigars,
I
getting
know.
drunk.
Yeah,
And then Sunday is the A.B.A.T.E of Illinois awareness run down in Springfield.
correct.
Everybody's invited. What time's that kick off, Dan? Poke your head in here. Come on.
Kicks
Come
off
on.
at 8
Get that
a.m.
beautiful push.
Kicks
face
off
in there.
at 8 a.m.
No, come on,
right,
Judy, man.
right at 12
Come on.
o'clock from the Dirksen A.B.A.T.E building on Dirksen Parkway to the state capitol.
Okay.
So
What time?
kickstands up at noon. Starts at 8 a.m.
Okay. Kickstands up at noon. Okay.
So right down in the morning, it's 3 hours, or right down the night before.
I get to be on street corners on
Thank you.
Saturday.
I heard.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money. Okay, so wrapping up the show
wrapping
tonight, we want to say thank you to Omari, who's standing out there in his pajamas, waiting for us to get done. Dan,
Because-
thank you for coming down to the
Because he's
show
on
tonight.
overtime, so
Is he?
Marty's on overtime.
Wow. We got to get him some new shoes. He wants some new Nikes. Dan, thanks for coming down tonight. Oscar, thank you for the phones tonight. Wally, thank you for whatever the hell you did tonight.
Bring in Judy.
Judy, I thank you for coming
Oh,
out.
thanks for having me
Always
out.
look forward to having you out to our
Oh,
meetings and
absolutely.
every other damn thing we do, because
good
we
girl.
can't stop you from coming out, because you just show up anyway.
I do.
Even when we tell you not to. So,
okay.
from all of us to all of you, Rick Bono, really? You think that's all I do is surf porn? She was watching too. She surfs porn too.
I do.
Have a good night.